Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of So Inspire Me IGTV. I am going to give you 5 essential things that you need when you begin sewing. Now, you know there's way more than 5 things that you need, but I'm going to start off with a little bit of things so that you can go out there and you can go purchase those things. Now, you can get these from a variety of stores. You don't necessarily have to go to a hobby store like Hobby Lobby and Joann's Fabrics and Michael's and stuff like that to purchase these. So that's why I gave you these 5 things so that you can go out there and you can go purchase these and you don't have to spend a lot of money. Now, a lot of beginners think that they have to get the most high class items and stuff like that. No. To start off sewing, you need these basic essentials. And number one is a good pair of shears. Now, this is actually a pair that I bought from Walmart for maybe like $1 and something. You can get these from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree actually has some, and I'm actually going to purchase some. That's going to be my low end. That's going to be my starter. You guys are starting off sewing, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to join you in with, those little basic stuff. I'm not going to go into those big, what you call them, jean shears and all of those big heavy duty kind of shears. Those are more for your heavier fabrics anyway, and you will not start off uh, sewing leather jackets and stuff like that. You're going to be starting off with pillows and little aprons and little stuff like that. So that's the reason why I recommend a pair of shears just from Walmart. Kind of get the kind that is kind of like flat right here and has a little arch up here. These don't necessarily have it, but it will do, for cutting fabrics and stuff like that. This is actually what I used when I did my pillow. So these will do. Do not spend no more than $10 for a pair of shears. Now these were only $1 and something. They're at the Dollar Tree, like I said, for $1. Go inexpensively because you're going to want to go get other things. So this was one of the things that I recommend that you get when you begin sewing. And also a tip, and I mentioned this on my YouTube channel. I'm going to mention it on my other YouTube, my So Inspire Me TV channel on YouTube. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Anyway, I'm going to mention that as well. Actually label this. Put some kind of labeler on here to label it for the other people in your house, to let them know. If you have those people like my husband who will pick up a pair of scissors and just any kind. This is any kind. This is actually stuff that I've been cutting my wigs on. You don't want to use this pair of scissors for your sewing projects. These are dull. So, and they will dull much quicker if you're cutting paper, you're cutting cardboard, and then you want to turn around and cut some fabric. They're going to dull very easily, especially because they're inexpensive. So, and if you pay more for them, like if you pay $50 for those big scissors that I was talking about that cuts the leather and stuff, then you're definitely going to be mad that someone is cutting your scissors, using your scissors to cut paper and just miscellaneous stuff all around the house. No. You need to label it if you have to for the people in your house to let them know. Do not touch these. These are my sewing scissors. And that's what I have on mine. So if you have a husband that's like mine and children that will get into any and everything, then you need to label your scissors. And they won't touch them. Hopefully. If you have a hard-headed one, I don't know. But the next thing that I want to talk about is the seam ripper. I actually bought this from, like Hobby Lobby or something. I know it wasn't from Walmart. It was from either Hobby Lobby or either Joann's Fabrics. Probably Joann's though. But you make sure that when you get a seam ripper, if you're gonna need to purchase a couple of these get dull after a while. They won't pick up, and there's no way to sharpen them. So just get you another pair. These are very inexpensive. These are like $1 and something, even at Joann's and stuff like that. Use the coupon that they send you every month or every whatever. Cut you out a coupon and save. So it end up being $1 and something. They're very inexpensive. Or you can get these from Wish. They actually have seam rippers on the Wish app for like 10 for $1. So, I mean, because you're going to need a lot of these. As a matter of fact, I have this one, and I actually bought this one from Walmart. This was in like the dollar bin at Walmart. So, you can never have too many of these. Make sure you get the kind with the sharp point and then the ball, as you can see. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks. I am just tongue twisted today. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks about how to use the little ball and what is they used for, because I didn't know that this was, I just thought it was just something that they put on the seam ripper, but this is actually a useful thing whenever you are ripping out your seams. There's actually a use for this, and a lot of people don't know that. So that is number 2. Number 3 is you need a needle, and I don't know if I have it in here, but you know what a needle looks like. But always have you some needles, some hand needles, some hand sewing needles. You need some sewing machine needles. Make sure that you get the one that is compatible with your machine. Like if you have, I would prefer like a universal needle or whatever. Just make sure that it is compatible with your machine, because if you have a serger, you're not going to get this kind of needle. This is just a regular needle. A serger requires a 2-thing needle like this. I don't have the needle in here, but as you can see, that's the kind of needle that a serger requires. So it's totally different. Make sure you watch your needle. So you need a hand sewing needle, and you need a machine needle. Okay. Also, a very important essential to beginning sewist is a tape measure. You're going to need a tape measure. And in another video, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to make this table out of a measuring table. Like when you go to Joann's Fabrics and they cut your fabric for you, they have a little table. It already has the measurements on it. I'm going to tell you to take this on, glue it on some kind of way, put it on your own table, and so you can have your own measurements. Neat idea, isn't it? So this is very essential. It goes all the way to 79 inches, 201 centimeters, and this is going to be good for making your measurements on your table as well as measuring your body parts. And I'm going to show you another video on that, on how to properly measure yourself so that you can be able to sew some clothes or whatever on a person, either yourself or someone else. So that is the 4th thing that is very important when beginning sewing. And last but not least is the thread. Now you know what thread looks like, and I'm going to just kind of like put my machine up there a little bit. Thread. Now, I'm very frugal when it comes down to buying things and products and stuff like that. But thread, I'm not. There are certain things that I'm not frugal on. Like, when I go to the thrift store, I don't know I'm going on a rabbit chase, but I just have to say, when I go into the thrift store and stuff like that, I will not buy socks. I will not buy underwear. I will not buy swimsuits. I won't buy shoes unless it has to look like nobody put their toe in it. So that's just me. And I will not buy earrings. I don't know, it's something about putting something in your ear and somebody else put that in their ear. I don't know. It's just me. That's just me. That's one thing though that you cannot cut corners on, because if you get that $2 for $1 fabric, I know Dollar Tree has some fabric. I'm sorry, not fabric. If you get that $2 for $1 thread, and I know Dollar Tree has the thread. No. Do not get that cheap thread. The cheap thread has the little, and I wish I had, because I threw it away. I wish I had it from the little thing that I showed you yesterday, the mini sewing machine. It had the little cheap thread in it, because you can tell, because it had the fur start coming out, the fibers start coming out, and it's just a mess. It's a hot mess. So do not purchase that kind of thread. That will ruin your machine, or that will send you straight to the dealer to get something fixed, because it will start bunching up in your machine and it's not going to work. So, and it will tear. I noticed that too. Cause I tried it. I put some of that Dollar Tree thread in my machine, and it ripped in the middle of my project. Like, it totally ripped. So do not buy the cheap thread, because it's not going to work. Joann's always have all-purpose thread. Get their all-purpose thread for your basic projects. For the projects that we're going to start on these videos, in my beginner videos, will require you to purchase some all-purpose thread. It's still inexpensive. It's like maybe $1 more than you would pay at the Dollar Tree. I mean, I would rather sacrifice that than to sacrifice messing up some fabric that I bought that was, reasonable, and a project that I'm trying to do or whatever, and messing up my machine most of all. I mean, we don't have time to go to the dealer every time our machine is broke, because we're putting in all this cheap thread. So those are the 5 things. I'm going to go through them again for your review. A good pair of shears. Make sure you label these shears for your other household members, so they will know that these are your sewing scissors and you can't touch them. Okay. Another thing is a seam ripper. Get plenty of these. Don't get just one. Get about 5 to start off with, because you're going to be picking up a bunch of seams. And if you don't, and you're beginner, then holler at me, because you perfect. The third thing is a good needle. Couple of needles. Don't just get one. Get a couple of needles. Get your machine needles and get your hand stitching needles. A tape measure. Get 2 tape measures. One for your table, to make your own tape measuring table, and then one for measuring yourself. Okay? And then last but not least, the thread. So those are 5 essential things for beginning sewists that you need to be mindful of when you start getting your supplies for your sewing. Hit me up in the comment section of some other things. I'm going to do some other videos on some other essentials. There's so many things that you need when you begin sewing, like hem tape, elastic. These are all called notions, and we will discuss these things later on. But right now, we're just going to stick to those 5 things. So go to the store, go get you some stuff, get you a $10 bill. Get you a $10 bill. That's it. This should cover it. Do not go past $10. So stay tuned to more videos. I hope to see you next time. Be blessed. Bye bye.